They tell you money doesn't grow on trees. Who's heard that? Raise your hand. Okay, did they ever tell you where it does grow? You want to know where it grows? In other people's pockets. Okay, so if you know the money you want is in other people's pockets, wouldn't you want to introduce yourself a whole lot? Wouldn't you want to start building a lot of relationships? Relationships are the new economy. Relationships is the new currency. How come you're not going out and introducing yourself to new people, not the same people, new people every single day? Because if you literally just started tomorrow, today, I mean, there's people here you don't know. And again, I keep telling people, man, don't worry about what we're saying up here. Follow us. You'll fucking hear it 100 times. Okay? Worry about who's sitting next to you. That dude right there has got money in his motherfucking pocket. Sean Whalen got some already. Lions, not sheep, huh? So you start looking. Patriot, Ian went. I heard he went before me. Did he? No, I'm not the comedian. That's Keith Yackey. But my point is guys, it's so simple. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. Go out every single day and establish new relationships. Introduce yourself. Here's the problem, though. Most people don't want to introduce themselves. You know why? Oh, what if they think I'm stupid? That's the problem. You guys, you cannot value other people's opinion more than you value your own. So I'm going to give you 6 things that you can do starting right now that if you do over time, you will eventually build your self-worth, your self-value, your self-love. And there's people in here with what's called an ego because, oh, it's not me, that's not me. Trust me, guys, there's some shit going on in your mind that's crazy. There's a subconscious. Who understands? Raise your hand. Okay, everybody understands, right? Subconscious, that means below awareness. It means you don't know what the fuck's going on in that thing. But let me tell you something. You've had it your whole life. It's been there your whole life. Your whole life's been recording all the lies you've told, all the shit you've done, okay, all the procrastination, all the diets you said you'd start and you didn't. All the things you've ever done, that's been recorded. Every sound, every smell, every word has been recorded. And the problem is, some of you are unaware that you don't think you're worth success. So you can bust your ass, go to all these, and you'll never succeed. Why? Because you don't think you deserve to. And that's the problem. So I'm going to walk you through 6 steps that will solve that. Number 1, you got to forgive yourself and others. It sounds lame, but it's true. You just look in the mirror, man, and you tell yourself, I forgive you for all the bullshit you've put me through. Because believe me, most people are their biggest enemy. You're your biggest enemy. You just don't know it. We're unaware of it. So what we do is we forgive ourselves, and then we forgive others too, because all that resentment and bullshit does not make for positive vibes. Whatever anybody's done to you, let it go. More importantly, whatever you've done, let it go. Wipe the slate clean. Step 2, commit to do what you say you're going to do. It's really simple, guys. It's just a decision. I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. That's just a decision. Oh, but it's hard. No, it's not. It's just a decision. Do what you say you're going to do. That's the commitment you're making. I'm going to do everything I say I'm going to do. You're the one that gets to decide what you do and what you agree to, so just don't agree so much. Sometimes it's like we say yes because we feel obligated. Oh, it's my friend, it's my mom, it's my parents, it's my brother. Who gives a fuck? Do you want to do it? And if the answer is yes, I'll do it, then you motherfucking do it. That's step 2. Step 3, you want to rack up the wins, people. If you lose a lot, what do you think that makes you? Anybody? Makes you a loser. You lose a lot, it makes you a loser. What if you win a lot? What's that make you? You're a winner. Do we want to be winners? Of course we do. So what do? We got to rack up the wins. That's step 3. Rack up the wins, folks. You can't erase memory, but you can replace memory. So you want to rack up those wins on a regular basis. Quit setting these stupid-ass goals they tell you to make. Stretch goals, you know. Shoot for 1 million. If you come in at 900, that's good enough. No, that's a loss. Think about it. Straight up loss. So set smaller goals. And again, if some of you guys are thinking, oh, I don't agree. I'm making 9 fucking figures. Just again, like, you listen, this is what I mean by it ain't rocket science. Like, if you want to be buff, go watch what the buff person's doing. Go watch what the buff person's eating. Do what they're doing, you'll get what they're getting. It's that simple. Quit questioning everything. You got to just literally start to believe in your mind that, listen, like action causes like result. Well, not me. I can't do it. Will fix that. That's the problem. So you got to rack up those wins. You just lower your goals a little bit. It doesn't mean you can't make stretch goals. It doesn't mean you can't make big, dreamy goals. Just make them long term. Today, I'm talking about, what's your goals today? I'm going to go out and walk 1 extra mile or block. I'm going to make 1 more call. I'm going to introduce myself to 1 more person. Can you do that? Huh? Can you do that shit or not? Of course you can. Set those goals where you know you can fucking do it. And then you do it all day long. That's a win. That's a win. That's a win. Who went to the 10X conference where I told everyone to brush their fucking teeth? Anybody? You still remember that? See, everybody remembers that from 10X too. They don't remember shit else except brush your fucking teeth. That's a win, folks. So many people come up to me, Brad, I got a business idea, and I can't fucking even talk to them. They stink. It's like, dude, you didn't brush your teeth. You didn't carry around one of those. That's the best investment, folks. Everybody, next time I see you, should have one of these. Someone's approaching you. What's going on? How you doing? Now, what if somebody thinks you're dumb because you go, fuck them. You don't want to be known as the fucking stinky breath dude. You only get 1 or 2 where you got stinky breath. You get 1 or 2. 3rd time in a row, oh, that motherfucker's breath stinks. Every time I see you, that breath stinks. I scroll on Instagram and see you, I can fucking smell your breath. You don't want that shit. Okay? So you rack up the wins on a regular basis. You start to replace those memories with wins. I'm a winner. What's going to happen? Here's what's going to happen. You're going to start walking a little taller. You're going to start feeling a little bit better. You're going to start, looking around and looking at your car and looking at your house and looking at your fucking friends and looking at your family and looking at your relationships and looking at your money, and you're going to start going, dude, I deserve more than this. Because you do. And you can get it. But that's what will start happening. This is over time. It's not going to happen tomorrow morning. Okay, but what happens as soon as you start to feel it, and you'll know it too, because you'll start to feel it. Like, fuck, I deserve better than this fucking piece of shit. How come I don't have fucking $1 million in the bank? Look at these son of a bitches up on stage fucking kicking ass. Guess what? We're not better than you. We're ahead of you. Write that down. They're not better. We're ahead. Nobody's better than you. We're ahead of you. We learned something that you haven't yet. That's it. So you rack up those wins, you start to stand a little bit taller, you start to feel a little bit more deserving, and you are, and you start to literally get a little bit pissed off. And then you start saying, I can do better than this. And guess what'll happen? People start talking shit. Your friends, your family, people will start talking shit. Who the fuck do you think you are? You ain't that good looking, dude. Oh, look, he's trying to be fancy. Can you afford that fucking belt, chief? Now it's like, because guess what? They want to pull you right back down to normal. And then what most people do is we listen to them. And that's the problem. You're listening to somebody else's fucking opinion. Newspapers said the internet was stupid. Radio said television's fucking lame. Don't listen to this shit, folks. You gotta ignore all this crap and get it out of your head. Your mind is a fertile ground. It's a garden. Think of it as a garden. If you plant corn, what do you think you get? Right? You plant wheat, what do you think pops out? You plant shit, what do you think you get? You plant negative, what do you think you get? Guys, it's universal law shit, man. It's simple. Quit making it complicated. Man, how do we get rich? It's very simple. Shake a lot of hands. Introduce people. Solve problems. You know what I'm saying? People are paying for problems to be solved. It's easy. What problems are happening in your neighborhood, in your city, in your community, in your world? Solve them. Everyone's running from problems. I don't want to deal with my problems. Well, you need to face them. You need to freaking step up. You need to solve problems. One of the problems you're going to encounter is people talking shit. Raise your hand if you've ever been talked shit or you've talked shit. Raise your hand. It's pretty much everybody. Okay, so I'm not lying. So you want to stop that shit. That's step 4. Get rid of the idiots. Stop the nonsense. Don't allow it in. What you allow to go in your garden will grow. And if you're not aware that it is a garden and it does grow, then you're going to have a massive mess, and your garden's going to be weeds and bullshit and negativity and nonsense and chaos and depression and anxiety and worry and fear. Why? Because you don't know to fucking take control of your own fucking head? You get to decide what you believe, bro. I don't get to tell you. That shirt's dumb, by the way. See what I'm saying? Like, fuck you, dude. I like this shirt. I don't need you to like my shirt. So you literally block out the idiots. That's step 4. Then step 5, very important. And remember, guys, this takes time. This isn't overnight. It's going to take 30, 60, 90, 120 days for some of you, maybe a year. And you have to do it, or you're just going to be like, that didn't work. It didn't work because you didn't do it. If you do this, it will work. And it doesn't matter how much money you make. You know why? Because you'll find yourself. And you'll start to fucking live happy. All by yourself with no money. It doesn't matter. You don't need friends. You don't need accolades. You don't need any of that shit. You're happy because you found you. But step 5 is very important if you want to get rich. Live an epic life. Which, by the way, I highly recommend. Number 5, you got to visualize and figure out what success looks like to you. Because everybody asks me, what's the key to success? There's no key, man. It's a combination. And everyone has their own. How many people have heard people committing suicide that are rich? You're like, fuck, how would they do that? They're rich. Because they're worried about other people. They based what they think is successful on somebody else's opinion, their parents, society. Dude, don't worry about those people. Go figure out what you think success looks like and get specific with it, and then visualize it every single day. Visualize it every single day. Visualization works. It's no bullshit. It's a fact. They've done studies where they've had people shooting free throws, people thinking about shooting free throws, and then people not doing anything. The people that thought about shooting free throws, just visualized shooting them, improved the same amount as the ones that actually practiced. See what I'm saying? It works. There's been somebody in a prison camp that thought about golfing for like 10 years. They thought about golfing this particular course. They got out and shot a 72. Never played that course, never played golf. Everyone's like, it's impossible. It's not impossible, folks. Your mind is very powerful. You are very powerful. You are a freaking human being, man. If I cut your skin right now, automatically, without you doing anything, your brain says, hey, go send some platelets down there, plug that shit up and regrow that skin, and let's make it all brand new again. Like, dude, isn't that not amazing? It's freaking amazing. We're amazing individuals. You're an amazing individual. And that's another thing. You're a damn individual, dude. There's no one like you on fucking planet Earth. Isn't that rare? Isn't that valuable? Not if you don't think it is. So you got to start thinking it is. Step 5 is to visualize exactly what you think this success looks like for you, and then you visualize it every single day, and you visualize what it feels like. Most people miss the emotion. The emotion causes the vibration, and that's what literally starts to attract all of the people and opportunities into your life. And if you're looking to solve problems, you start to see them, you start to recognize them, and the next thing you know, it's manifested right in front of your face. You're like, oh my God, this shit works. Step 6. Step 6 is the most important. You have to freaking get new information. Key word? New. You got to get new information on a regular basis. Every single day you should be seeking new information. And I ain't talking about reading the shampoo bottle while you're sitting on the shitter. Oh, let me see what that says. What's in there? That's new. No, I'm talking about books. I'm talking about podcasts. I'm talking about things like this. You should all be freaking happy that you're here. Why? Because, dude, you're better than the people that aren't here. Who saw all the fucking shits and giggles about AlphaCon? The only reason I'm laughing is because they didn't bash me too hard. They said my name, Bradley. Boy, there ain't nothing more alpha than that. They were going to name me Brock, but then I would have been Broccoli. So I'm glad they went with Brad. But you got to get new information, and here's why. Every day, new information. Like, for example, ask yourself, did I get new information yesterday? See, this is what I mean when I say I'm going to make you aware of it. Once you're aware of it, now you don't do it. It's a what? Choice. It all breaks down to choices, man. The choices you make determine the roads you take. End of story. You want to see somebody that makes great choices? I'll bet you they have a great life. You see some homeless fuck on the street? I bet you their decisions were poor. You can't get rich making poor choices. You got to literally go, dude, this ain't rocket science. I just got to make good choices. Well, what are good choices? Well, if you establish what that looks like, that map, you establish exactly what success looks like to you, every day you're going to start to be presented choices, decisions, right? And then you just ask yourself, does this move me towards or away? That's all you ask yourself every day. Is this towards or away? Towards or away? Towards or away? See how easy that is? And guess what happens? You already know what's right and wrong. You have it inside you. You have intuition. We're all born with it. You know the difference. What should I do? People are like, well, I don't know. No, it's because you don't believe in yourself. That's why you don't know. How about you? What do you think I should do? You do? Well, that's not what he said. Like, dude, what the fuck do you think? See, so you do these things. You start to value what you think by seeking new information, reading books, learning, becoming more valuable, becoming more experienced. Just because you read it doesn't mean you have to agree with it. But you have to read it so you can think. And the thinking is what makes you magical. The thinking. People don't think much anymore. You're not thinking for yourself. We're listening to the news and the fucking media, which is all bullshit. So you got to seek new information on a regular basis. If you want to change what you're getting, you got to change what you're doing. Make sense? Simple, right? If you want to change what you're doing, you got to change what you believe. Right? Because the reason you do what you do and think what you think and do and act the way you act is 100% based on your belief system. Your beliefs are why you do what you do. It's why you are where you are. It's why everything in your life is based on your beliefs, and that is why you are where you are in life. You want to go higher, you got to believe something different. Why? Because what you believe is where you are. Or give it a little more time. Some of you guys, by the way, might be doing all this and kicking ass, and you're just, it takes a little time. Don't worry about that. But maybe you're already on the right track. I'm not talking to you if you're already kicking ass and taking names. I'm talking to you if you're thinking, that's me. He's talking to me.